Welcome back, everybody. This is the LVT Halo coverage of the SSG qualifier. We have Carpe, Noctum, and Native White coming up. What can you tell us about Native White really quick?
Native White's been through a little bit, right? They had to, unfortunately, get rid of Barcode due to visa issues. They bring on Bohm, and, honestly, it's just a great squad. Bohm is an up-and-coming player. Collect as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Love to see him on this roster. He's got a lot of potential, and hopefully we're going to see that here and at the SSG qualifier.
And with Carpe Noctum on the other end, Tools, any thoughts on this team facing off against Native White?
Carpe Noctum is just this very interesting roster. Used to be on that status quo, got their highest placing, and then dropped by status quo. Said, hey, we can't support a team that doesn't get top 6. And, well, that's what they're really searching for right now. They want to find a path in which they're getting those top 6 placements, or they can have an organization that reps them. I love that this team's been sticking together, and so far, it has led to an opening lead for this team. Carpe Noctum, they started off strong with this trip cap active, but Native White, they're quick on this response, and that's what I love about Native White is how they're so quick to adapt to situations.
Yeah, Native White did a great job of adapting right there. Honestly, tapping buttons, absolutely phenomenal shots. One of the best shots in the league, I'd say. I mean, he's definitely one of those, top individual players, and we consistently see him perform in a great way. And again, glad to see him here in NA once again.
Oh, this is why you go after a player like Tapping Buttons. When you need him to win a pit fight, a 1v1 to determine the spawns, he is so often is the player that comes out on top. There's a reason why he's been the phenom for Mexico for this long.
We'll see if he continues to do that. They're going for a double cap right here. Carpe Noctum do get the double cap in, and they're able to secure bottom center control. Continue to do so as well. 2 down for Native White.
Collect's doing a great job of getting these shots down range, but look at where Collect is situated. This is the most important part of the map, ensuring that you keep those loop spawns. It gives you access to the Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie Hills all at once. That's really going to be the pivot foot that the team is going to operate from.
See Native White going for B now. It's going to be Collect on your screen. Gets a double kill, going for the triple, gets the assist as well. That's a double cap now for Native White. They flip it up, and now they continue to get points. Quantum Translocator up top center. Collect is going to collect that one.
Look how Carpe knocked him. They have to funnel all the way to Charlie. Because of these blue spawns, you really don't have the option to push towards Hotel, towards Nest, because there's always going to be a player ready for you. And this time it's Collect with the Quantum Translocator. And although they're getting yard, you see Collect, he's already on the rotation. He has the new sniper rifle. And now you're really playing that neutral fight once again.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, right? The snipe shots that come out of Collect right here are going to be the deciding factor in these next few points. You see B being contested right now. Quantum Translocator used, gets an assist, and the supporting Tapping Buttons down bottom center. Beautiful play.
They need to finish this collapse, go through, find these players in a loop, and split spawn and start to work towards these spawns. Or you can do exactly what Collect did. Back it up, let them play forward into your reticle. The biggest important thing in this game is that your team is on the same page.
Into the reticle they play, and a double kill collected. Once again with a sniper in hand. He is being contested. Down bottom center, Collect just trying to keep that high ground control, keeping the sniper and just trying to create space for his team while the spawns come out on loop and again on orange.
Carpe knocked them in a real fragile situation right now. They haven't been able to push forward. They need to find these 3 kills, and honestly, it's a blessing that they were able to get those kills at that time. It was really felt like Native White was just waiting for one slip up where they could start pushing for the trip cap and put this game out of reach. Carpe Noctum have some ground to make up, but they have the position to do so.
King J making a play here towards blue. He's got 3 players in front of him. Has to back up. An ideal situation for him because he gets high ground control, is able to put massive damage in as well. He gets the trade, but that's not necessarily what he wanted. 2 go down for Carpe Noctum.
And Carpe Noctum need to stand strong over at that C hill, and I love the way that they push out together, but Bohm could play spoiler, that Quantum Translocator. You need to get a little bit more value out of that. Such an important spot for Native White to play through, and now a lot of the pressure is on these last survivors over at Loop.
Yeah, and honestly, Native White is winning a lot of individual battles, which is allowing them to get control. Right there, you see 3 down for Carpe Noctum, and it's Collect on your screen. Once again, going to try and defend A here with his teammate.
Nothing's going to be free, though. Look at these players lining up ready to contest.
Push comes through. There it is. Ends up taking out 2. It's a 2v2 situation now. Mikwin is trying to get control of this loop side, and he's going to push aggressively towards it. They've got a double cap right now. Native White in control.
Love how Mikwin is quick to fill in positions. He was an important player to ensure that that C hill went to their possession, but once they have it, look how he flips the map. He cuts over towards driveway, towards loop, because that's a better position to fight from. It's okay if you lose bottom B. You still have C and A to work with, and you can finish your collapses on these hills.
And that's exactly what they're doing right. They get those outer hills, they go to collapse onto B, and now they have a triple cap potential. C is being taken, but lots of points being garnered here from Native White.
Such a dangerous position for Carpe Noctum. Diagram goes huge by getting that double kill, but Bohm wins the fight at C, and that's going to put a devastating trip cap into effect. Carpe Noctum are going to spawn at blue, and they have to decide, are we pushing to nest, or are we pushing to yard? There's players ready for both positions, but King J finds the right timing to get the kill. He'll be able to get the sniper and C control, but look how much damage this trip cap has done.
So many points added up here for Native White. King J has the snipe in hand. He's trying to make something happen, but gets taken out immediately. And now Collect is going to make the impact. The quantum translocator, the snipe as well, and a double kill to boot. 182 seconds and counting for Native White.
Expect to see Collect flash as fast as possible at moments. You want to escape the sniper in play, be aggressive with it, get the kills that you need. Carpe Noctum were able to get down towards B, but Collect is standing strong with his sniper.
Yeah, he tries to get that cleanup, though. Unfortunately, he does go down, and another teammate goes down as well. So 2 down for Native White. Is Carpe Noctum going to be able to execute on this, though? They get this bottom B hill, but they've got to get control as well. The double kill comes out, and the reset comes out as well. Bohm making big plays.
Beautiful plays by Native White. They have the disadvantageous side playing towards garbage truck, but they expect Carpe Noctum to push down through bottom mid. They keep their numbers low and to the ground, and although Carpe Noctum get close to capturing that bottom mid hill, they aren't able to finish it. And by the time they adapt, well, Bohm's ready for it, baby. Get another sniper kill. Start putting this pressure in. This is almost flawless gameplay from Native White. The way that they're trapping Carpe Noctum, the way that they're playing around the map, playing around the influence they have, it's phenomenal. This Native White team is primed to make a run at the next LAN.
This is why this man was picked up. The young man in Bohm, 4 down for Carpe Noctum, and a 2 cap as well, as Collect continues to keep control of this top snipe side. He's got sniper as well, the tool in the tool belt to make things happen. He whiffs the shot, but still has control, playing very slowly here. Cherish gonna get a shot to the body. Collect tries to turn around, but he's not gonna get the kill.
The problem is it's just desperation mode, and I don't think there's anything they can do. King J's last alive. He's at C. This game will end, and it honestly almost a perfect 1-2 combination between Collect and tapping buttons. The way that they were playing across that map, always solidifying themselves as a duo, and then the perfect positionings of Mikwin and Bohm to play around them, play around your Slayers, build them opportunities. Honestly, just a fantastic team game through and through for this Native White squad.
We've taken the train from solitude to somewhere a bit more familiar, and now we're on live fire. Native White up 1-0 in this series. Carpe Noctum very quick to enter this game. No reset, no break needed. Will that come back to bite them is the question as they go 3 down.
Carpe Noctum play a baiting position. They want the players to push towards sniper rifle, but they don't finish the kill on tapping buttons, and that has devastating consequences throughout this game. Not only do you give up the sniper, you give up 3 deaths, you give up the position for overshield. It's disaster out the gate for Carpe Noctum.
Disaster is not what you want coming off of that game number 1, which was also a disaster. You've got lots of things not happening in your favor right now. 5-2, a lead for Native White, but still a lot of time here. Very start of the game, and a snipe on the top of tapping buttons on top tower. He's gonna whiff a couple shots there, but it doesn't matter because all 4 dead for Carpe Noctum.
Once again, it's that 1-2 combination. You have tapping buttons in that high position with the sniper getting damage downrange, and who else but Collect, the other Slayer on the team, playing close to the chest, trying to finish up those kills. It leads to a double kill, and Carpe Noctum still struggling to push out of their spawn.
Yeah, and unfortunately, tapping buttons still has control of this tower side as well, continuing to go down. Here is Carpe Noctum, and look, they get the unadvantageous spawns here on the brute side, and tapping buttons looking to capitalize on that.
Love how Tapping Buttons leaves his position. He needs to get together with his teammates. Unfortunately, not quick enough, but it shows that he's thinking about how they structure as a unit. Well, you can be a little bit sneaky. Lets players get forward. The spawner takes care of the first. Talk about making lemonade out of lemons. A tough situation. Last alive on the map. Stay hidden and wait for your opportunities.
Yeah, that was a great use of trigger discipline there, waiting for the player to go out of big door so his teammates could clean up the kill and he wouldn't take any damage, and that up get him a double kill as well. A 15-10 lead here for Native White, and Collect has the overshield, and he's gonna get value out of it as well.
Momentum plays a factor in these games time and time again. When you give up one overshield and you get the next, suddenly that's going to become a trend throughout the game. Carpe Noctum need to start rewriting the chapters in this book, or else it's going to be a tough result to swallow.
The pen is on the paper, the chapter's starting to be written as Carpe Noctum finally get 3 down for Native White and maybe a bit of control, but they've got to take care of Mickwin here once again in the massive power position of top tower.
The way that Native White's been baiting their lives, they're staying alive, waiting for help to come. Mickwin's top priority, stay alive, wait for the help, and then finish up everything. And he's so close to accomplishing that goal. The execution wasn't quite there, but love the thought processes that we're seeing from Native White early in this game.
Yeah, lots of damage being done, but the score line doesn't showcase that. 17-18, Carpe Noctum take their first lead in the game and starting to showcase a little bit of momentum as well as that 1-kill lead turns into 2. Lots of control here from King J, getting pushed from multiple positions, ends up going down.
It's time to start to write a new chapter, and things are changing around. The score suddenly in the favor of Carpe Noctum. If they really want to complete the change in this game, the next priority has to be this overshield. You can't let this one go. It's going to come up in just about a minute, 30 seconds from now. This next 30 seconds can determine who will win this game.
And with 4 bullets inside of the sniper and the OS coming up in 20 seconds, like you mentioned, it's up to Piggy to make sure that Carpe Noctum is able to secure this overshield, but they got to get through Boom first. That's the first piece of the puzzle, but then here comes another player as well. Ends up going down, so that sniper now in the hands of Native White, and a killing spree for Cherished.
Cherished got those 5 in the row, but they gave up the tough positions. Look at where Native White is. They're well situated for this overshield. It's still going to be a fight, and Diagram's the player that can change it all. Unfortunately, Bone catches him out, and Carpe Noctum, this is a desperation push. You can't let this overshield fall.
What a great play by Tapping Buttons to allow his teammates to get to him, but they couldn't get to him quick enough because King J scoops up the overshield and now looking to pressure as well. A lot of players on that A side, so King J playing slowly here. I don't know if I like this play, Tools.
Hey, the biggest thing is, though, that they got the overshield, right? The story has changed. Suddenly, we're not seeing the same snowball effect that Native White has had. Carpe Noctum have a real opportunity now. They have the control of the map. They can dictate the pace, and they have the lead in this game. It's time to show that you are a top 8, a top 6 potential roster, and that you deserve an org behind you.
Things have slowed massively here in this Game 2 Slayer. A massive win here for Native White, but Piggy trying to, like you said, rewrite the chapters of this book as he gets another kill and a lead still maintained here by Carpe Noctum. It's Cherish trying to make things happen, but he backs off and plays his life, and that's a valuable life out of Cherish.
I absolutely love Cherish's ability to be in and get out, right? Understanding when he's too overextended. Right there, that's an execution, but Biggie just got a crazy triple. That looked like one BR shot. I don't know what just happened over on the other side of the map, but Piggy just got 3 rapid kills.
Oink, oink, ham is not for dinner tonight. Piggy 11-7. What a dominating performance out of him, and it's brought Carpe Noctum back in this game and also back in this series, and he's not stopping anytime soon as he gets another kill, and King J cleans up one on top tower as well. A 7-kill lead for Carpe Noctum.
Overshield's gonna be up, and look at what Carpe Noctum, they have the position, but Collect, this flank can be devastating, but he has to execute upon this. I love these flanking plays, but timing is always what's gonna be important. The distraction comes in, the 2 kills are there. Collect's making a big impact on the game, although he didn't get kills until that moment. It just shows you how important influence is on the map.
Look where he goes, right off the bat to top tower with the sniper. We've seen what Collect can do. Some massive plays in high pressure situations, and he doesn't stop. He gets another snipe onto Cherish, continues to take this top tower control. They've got to get him out of here.
This is like a turret position, and Collect, they're down in this game. You're really relying on the new kid on your team, the Slayer, the prodigal son of Halo Infinite, right? That's what Collect has been built up to be. He has 7 bullets, a sniper rifle. You depend on him to win this game.
41-37. A lead still by Carpe Noctum, and as you can clearly see if you're viewing this game at all, it is slowed down drastically. Diagram once again takes a bullet to the head, and Cherish is going to share the same fate as 3 go down for Carpe Noctum in a tie game as well.
Carpe Noctum tried the 3-pronged approach. They sent players in 3 lanes, 1 towards Overshield, 1 towards B, and 1 through the middle. The problem is you had 3 absolute studs on the side of Native White. They take down all of those players. There's no trades, and suddenly it's an even game, and Native White have all of the momentum.
And Collect has all the control. 22 seconds on the Overshield. Gets the boxes out of the way. He's got to clear the space. He's got to clear the sight lines, and he's doing so. That Overshield is pivotal in this game. It is tied up. This is the moment right here. Collect needs to hit these shots accurately for Carpe Noctum to continue this momentum.
It's the little things that you do in game. Moving those boxes actually plays such an impact. It prevents the prop bounces. The Overshield up. The shots needs to connect. Overshield's away for Carpe Noctum. Collect needs to go big.
That's unfortunate, right? They utilize that smoke screen. They get the Overshield. A great play here, but there it is. Collect once again with a sniper on top tower. They haven't taken care of the problem, and he's making them pay.
He's able to get trades, maximum value for that life. Yes, you lost Overshield, but you're winning the trades at the moment. You're keeping this even. You're down by 1, but Collect did what he needed for his team. You have confidence that you're well-oiled enough that you have the clutch factor to finish this fight.
48-47, Carpe Noctum have 1 kill of a lead, and that's a big win by Bohm. 48-48, it's all tied up. Bohm has to play his life here. He cannot go down at this moment in time. He has to play his life. Everyone alive right now. This is important. That sniper's coming up at the moment as well.
The one for Carpe Noctum's there to challenge it, though. They're going to get this nade down. Tapping's in trouble. He needs to get away. This sniper can determine everything, but it's Collect. He's on the flank once again. 49 all.
49-49. The next kill is going to be the one that wins. Carpe Noctum arguably needs this more than anything. Tapping buttons, tries to play his life, but he goes down, and Carpe Noctum will win a very important game number 2 to tie up the series. It's crazy to me too, because Collect was literally on top of tower. He thought he had that Overshield, but they ended up using that smoke shield to take that OS. They held on to that for that long to get that Overshield, but here we go. Going into a game number 3, tied up 1-1. Carpe Noctum with a massive win by 1 kill in game number 2 on Slayer, but can they continue the momentum here in game number 3?
And Carpe Noctum, they fell for the trap of Native White at the beginning. You saw all those nades come out and land on the Rockets, but there was no follow-up, and the Rockets still end up going to them. It's going to come out of 2-piece, and Cherish is blowing open the back of this base and ruining the spawns of Native White.
A great use of Rockets, but also stays alive, but I spoke too soon. 3 go down for Carpe Noctum. They've got 17 seconds of ball time, but not to be enough, because it will be Native White who take control of the tram side once again.
I love the passiveness from Dapping right there. You want to wait till your teammate's with you to make the push. Unfortunately for him, he got caught out from the cross from the other side. And sometimes you're making the right play, waiting for your teammate, but you have the wrong timing. And while Carpe Noctum, take advantage of that.
Push comes in. Diagram scraping up a lot of time here. It's exactly what he needs, but Mikwin, the veteran, comes out on top once again, gets the kill, and now attempting to rotate the ball while still keeping control of Tram. He's got to take care of Cherish here. He does not. Cherish wins another big fight, starting off this game 5-2.
what should have been a huge run for Carpe Noctum results in just scrap time. It's because of Mikwin's ability to be behind enemy lines and be that last player alive. So often, that's the most influential part of the game, is what you're able to do in a disadvantageous spot. Mikwin stayed hidden away from Carpe Noctum, and it's resulted in them being able to continue to fight for this and now have the better position to fight for rockets. All of that stems from Mikwin staying alive for an extra 30 seconds.
It all adds up to victory as Collect is going to pick up the rockets. Once again, Native White have control of these power weapons, but you see the value is diminished. Piggy now gonna pick them up for Carpe Noctum, and a little bit of a tie game here, 21-22, but Mikwin still maintaining control of Tramp. 57 seconds now for Native White. They seem like they've gotten control. The ball will be rotated towards B side, and you see the collapse coming in from both angles. This could be scary, but wait a minute. That is unfortunate. The assassination comes out. Mikwin grabs the ball. 3 down for Carpe Noctum.
And that's why you have to have every lane checked. You have to make sure there's no empty spots in your setup. When there are, players like Mikwin are so adept at finding those positions and taking advantage.
Honestly, Collect was trying to get rockets out of the situation, but unfortunately he ends up going down. Tapping button says vamos. He tries to get the ball over rotated, but unfortunately 4 go down for Native White, and now Carpe Noctum with the spawns coming out across the map take control of Tran with ball.
Sometimes Halo reminds me of my teenage years. It just gets awkward. That ball's in a tough spot. You can't quite get it up the hill, and Carpe Noctum took immediate advantage of that, and Diagram gets the triple kill to stop the push from Native White. Huge time advantages, and Cherished, look how he's in the back. He's trying to get an immediate flank on these spawners. Blocking the PD spawn tells him, hey, you have this rotation. Start moving this ball forward. They're quickly expanding on the map.
Yeah, great positional advantage from Cherish. Absolutely beautifully played, especially with rockets coming up. 2 go down for Native White, but they're able to get the trades, which are going to be huge. It's up to Bohm. He gets a double kill. 3 down. Rockets are free 99, and here comes the push. Beautiful shot by Bohm, takes out another, and this could give the opportunity for Carpe Noctum to come back in this round.
Right kills, right time, able to get those rockets, immediately put them into play, and because they have that numbers advantage, it allows them to quickly collapse on the spawners once again, and just having that confidence. Take the one-on-one on the spawners. Carpe Noctum need to slow down, but the time isn't allowing them. They have to get their players together.
Native White have gotten their players together. 84 seconds and counting as well on this ball. And it's up to Bohm right now to cut the angles on these pushes. Here comes King J. Bohm's gonna take the fight, wins it, and gets a killing spree as well. And Tapping Buttons looking to support and put lots of damage in as his team continues to get ball time. But wait, 3 down for Native White.
I love the pre-fire getting that damage in, but there has to be someone to finish that fight. That's what we're seeing in game 1. Quick finishes from Collect and Tapping working together. That timing a little bit off for Native White, and now it's maybe going to cost them at the end of this game. They have to find these kills and break this ball. This is actual momentum that's starting to build for Carpe Noctum.
Yeah, we can't get obsessed with pushing over and over again. There has to be a little bit of a reset here. Native White right now, they're caught off in these isolated spawns. 2 go down once again, and it's Collect trying to push, but here comes the pinch from both sides. Collect is on the backside trying to get this kill. The trade comes out. 3 down for Carpe Noctum, and it's Bohm inside the PD all by his lonesome.
I mean, you have 6 seconds left to pick up the ball. I guess you can maybe play this time. I think the right play is to play the time, but honestly, it's a little bit of a 50-50 toss-up. Carpe Noctum are there. We'll have to see if it makes a difference. Only 5 seconds of dead time being allowed. Sometimes you take the fight to them. Oh, a little bit lucky with that last hit. Rockets will finish this fight.
Yeah, good night. Tapping Button says as he gets the rocket kill for the double. The first round going in the hands of Native White in a convincing first round as well. We'll see what round number 2 comes to.
That's crazy. He didn't even get the animation to throw that nade, but that martyrdom is the biggest difference in that round. You give Carpe Noctum so much opportunity if that doesn't come through.
Tapping Buttons once again being that massive support player, but unfortunately peaking a bit too long, and now Collect. He's shouting, where are all my friends, as King J picks up the rockets. Carpe Noctum starting off this round hot.
Look at how this ball is just in that open position. Diagram has these rockets. There's just nothing that Native White can do in the immediate vicinity to make a play towards that ball because of how much influence Diagram has. They have to deal with him first.
Yeah, impressive to get that shotgun kill off. It seems like a very low sense on Diagram, but he makes the kill happen anyway. But all the while, Carpe Noctum continuing to add to the scoreboard here as they get that ball time inside of PD.
Look at the position of Carpe and Noctum. Two players expanded out towards B, one towards Cafe. If you look at the top down, they essentially have an L on the map, like Coach Callis would like to say. And this is an effective way to essentially slow Native White down on these pushes. But at the end of the day, you have to execute on these slays. And Native White, they're some of the best slayers in the game.
Yeah, Collect impresses me every single time I watch the guy. He's got incredible, impeccable timing. And he's able to get these beautiful flanks, 16, 11, and 15, being a part of a massive amount of kills and winning his individual fights as well. A beautiful kill there by Collect.
Like, oh, I love that confidence of having your teammates help. You know that, hey, I don't have to finish these engagements. My teammates will do the job for me. And that's why I think we're seeing a more efficiency from Native White is because of their ability to play with each other.
Here comes the push here from PD. Collect trying to get the damage in. Boom, trying to assist, but a great play by Carpe Noctum with a bait and switch. They get 3 down for Native White, and now they have a chance to collect ball time. And once again, King J with the Power King weapon in hand.
A beautiful position to take care of the immediate push. They're thinking about finishing this collapse. Now, I would hold off for a second, right? You want to try to force the split spawns. Wait till that first spawner comes in, then find your pick. They're going to be content with letting all 4 play together, but that could have been a death spiral for Native White if Carpe Noctum decided to keep that push on.
Yeah, Carpe Noctum had definitely played back here. Here comes the push from Purple's side. It's King J with the flank, but he doesn't know he's got many more to deal with behind him. The rotation does come out, and so does the smoke screen, but he ends up going down. So do 2 of his teammates. That's 3 dead for Carpe Noctum.
Carpe Noctum need to be a little bit more definitive on rotations there. Recognize when your position is lost. Rotate that ball out. They've given the ball to Native White inside of PD and let them set up. This could be a huge chunk of time for the Native squad.
Yeah, the X factor for me is tapping buttons with this stalker in hand. He gets 2 shots off, but once again, out of position. The push comes in as a double from Carpe Noctum. And once again, they break the setup. They're continuing to do so with beautiful pinches here. Another kill comes out. Lots of damage being done, but nothing being cleaned up. 3 down, make that 2 down for Carpe Noctum.
Hey, sometimes it's dangerous and you have to go together. Both players with both power weapons working in tandem take on the 1v2. Both of them were made one shot, but as long as you survive and as long as you get ball time, the job is done. And suddenly things are starting to spiral for Carpe Noctum. Everything has gone right for Native White.
Yeah, Native White have complete control of this side of the map. It's going to be this next break right here that makes the difference. And Bohm is looking to be the stopping power for this push. He gets 1. Has ball time as well. 5 seconds on the rockets launch coming up off a spawn. So it's up to Bohm to stay alive and get this ball rotated.
I love how quick Bohm is to drop this ball and help in the fight. It doesn't matter if you get an extra 2 or 3 seconds of ball time if your teammates are dying because there's not another BR on the map.
What a great shot by Bohm. Able to stay alive as well. He's got 2 players in front of him. Not able to clean either one of them up. No one in position to clean up the kills. Collect very first or second rocket here for Native White. This could play a factor as he gets a double kill. Looking for more Mikwin behind him as well.
It might have been about 30 to 45 seconds of engagements, but because Bohm dropped that ball early, helped with the fight, it allows Native White to eventually, in a roundabout way, get the kills necessary and take the lead in this game.
What a freaking beautiful threat sensor there by Collect. He spots the threat coming from the left side on the PD, and because of that information, he plays the ball down bottom center, and with a 73-62 lead, that play ball was crucial.
And these are the differences between Native White and Carpe Noctum throughout this game. Quick to play the ball as Native White. They're never going to let you have a satisfying collapse and get everything for free. You have to earn it at every step of the way. And well, they let the middle lane free. Look at Bohm rotates this ball. That might just be the dagger in this game.
And that's the man at the top of C right there. It's Mikwin, 28 and 17, an incredible stat line by him. But that doesn't overshadow the other players on his team as well. Everyone having a phenomenal game as 3 go down for Carpe Noctum. And this might be, like you said, the nail in the coffin.
Native White have fortified the castle, and King J's trying to break in and reclaim his throne. Unfortunately, there's just so many numbers to deal with, but he might deal with them all. King J, he's letting loose. He breaks the setup. Carpe Noctum somehow get away.
What a massive play. This is round number 2. Carpe Noctum need this round to tie this game up right now. The series is tied up 1-1, but that could have been the play to cause the game in Carpe Noctum's favor. King J, look at the damage he's putting in. He's able to get 1, 2, but there's still many no-shield players there, and all Native White need are 8 seconds.
Native White got away with the Rockets. Collect can win this game, but he needs to get away. Stay patient. There's still plenty of time. 20 seconds is way longer than you believe.
Yeah, you can't panic in this situation. If you're Collect, you have the game in your hands right now. Can he get this rocket shot off? He's got 1 rocket to work with. It's going to be used on King J, but the trade comes through. Tapping buttons. The massive play on the push. 3 go down, but the trades come out as well.
It's going to be chaos in the kingdom. You have to get the control of C and make sure you have the spawns to overfill this push. But look how chaotic these fights have been. It's just trade after trade, but who comes out eventually on top? Carpe Noctum get to the ball, but they have to rotate because Native White are in the back of the base.
Native White are taking too many fights, though. Lots of damage being had. It's Diagram with a double kill. That could have caused Carpe Noctum to potentially bring this back. It's 90 seconds now for Carpe Noctum. Their very first lead in this round number 2. Can they close it out is the question. 4 seconds remain. A push coming in from Tapping. It's not going to be enough. They'll tie this game and these rounds up. We're going to round number 3.
I mean, hey, that all comes down to King J and his crazy push into that back base. His ability to take on 3 players at once and reclaim his throne made all of the difference in that round.
We'll see if they're able to utilize this momentum further here in round number 3. Native White have a chance to answer back. They have a chance to showcase that they're the better team here in this round number 3. We'll see if they're capable of doing so.
I mean, they won everything. 3 players went down. Rockets back in their possession. They're going to be able to get the ball where they want it. Carpe Noctum, this is dinner served on a platter to you. Now it's time to execute, but hey, tapping buttons, man. He taps so well, gets that kill across the map, and suddenly Cherish is in a scary position, having to hold Rockets and stave off this push.
And this is how important the mental is. You got a player that pops off in King J, and the rest kind of huddle around him. But it's finally an answer back from Native White as King J makes a push here, respects the shot of Mikwin, backs up, and allows Mikwin to gather this ball and rotate it to his team.
Look at his recognition immediately. He sees the player spawning across the map. He knows this ball needs to go. He knows that there's still rats in the sewer, and while he's coming back to exterminate.
Extermination is exactly what happened, and he continues to get his team ball time and utilize this power weapon in the Stalker, one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Tries to get the nade off, the push comes through, he gets another trade. Mikwin, 34 and 23, massive stats out of him.
You know, it's a trade, but you can see that Mikwin's never satisfied with the trade. He's backing up during that gunfight. He knows he can hit the 4th shot, and he does do it. The punch just comes in time, but you can see so often that's what Native White will do. They're never satisfied with trades. They're going for the jugular.
Cherish wasting the Bulldog ammo, understands how important it is to have that weapon, and tapping buttons going to utilize the last 2 bullets remaining in that with the 8-second lead here for Native White. With that much time off the clock, it is crazy how low scoring this game or this round is.
Sometimes you have to admit defeat, just waste the ammo, right? But tapping buttons too might just be enough. Oh, just taken down in time. But Collect is soaring. Look at him. He's trying to take advantage of that damage that tapping buttons got down. But Carpe knocked him, just able to get that ball by the skin of their team.
It's this power weapon control and the just diagram absolutely popping off. He had a little bit of a rough first round, but starting to pick it up in round number 2, and now in round number 3, Mikwin does pick up those rockets. He's got 1 in the chamber and 3 dead for Carpe Noctum. This is the chance for Native White to take control of Tram, but they got to deal with this 1 player in Piggy.
Native White just make it so annoying to play against them. Nothing ever feels satisfying. You think you win the break, you think you get the power weapons away, you think you have control, you have to think again. So often Native White are there to quickly take advantages of gaps in the armor, and Cherish needs to stay alive.
I absolutely love the power weapon control here out of Carpe Noctum, but like you said, I mean, look at this score line. We're 16-17 right now, a very close round number 3. Both of these teams understand how important this game is with this series being tied up 1-1.
This red gun, I was gonna say it's gonna make an impact, but hey, if you know where that power weapon player is, isolate it. Make sure you get the call out. You identify and you ensure that power weapons go down on the map. Great nades, great execution, but we are starting to see that Native White just have a little bit more control of the utility of the sandbox, and it's making the difference.
Yeah, I'm an old man, and I love myself a little timing of weapons, collect timing that Bulldog incredibly well. It's like back in 2007, and it's great. But he's unfortunately not able to utilize that. And it's going to be up to Bohm to get this ball off a spawn, potentially. But he's got to get these kills first, and it's Cherished who goes down. Bohm, beautiful kill by him. Ball will be picked up by Native White.
It's a great job by Bone to be the initiator, right? He needs to build space for his team, and that comes out winning a 1v1. What that does, it allows the ball to get away and for them to get power weapons.
And the power weapons will do damage here. Bohm gets another one. Onto Diagram, looking for more. He's hunting. He gets 2. That's going to be another 2 down for Carpe Noctum, and every single second counts because only 1 minute and 47 seconds remain on that clock.
It was a scrap fest for the beginning of this game, but suddenly time goes for Native White. What's the difference maker? It's been power weapons throughout this game. Carpe Noctum need to start getting the Bulldog, need to start getting the Stalker Rifle, but you're going to have to pry it out of the dead hands of Mikwin to do so.
Yeah, they're going to have to push here on the double defense of Native White as well. Cherish is going to go for it, but unfortunately, Mikwin's got everything. He's got the entire sandbox in his hands, and he utilizes it to give Bohm a triple kill. Beautiful job by Native White. Beautiful teamwork, and a massive lead now for them as well.
Mikwin doesn't get the double, he gives it to Bohm, but what was the difference maker? The Stalker and the Bulldog. He used them both efficiently, and he had the confidence that the help was there, and things are spiraling out of control. Native White are dominating this game, and it's because of this man. 41 kills. The Stalker Rifle lives in his hands.
It's great to see Mikwin flourish here as he decided to take a pro position instead of working for 3-4-3. Now look at him. He's flourishing here. 11 seconds remain now before Native White get this game number 3 under their belts, and there's no one really in position to do anything. Mikwin's got the defense, and there it is. Native White will lead the series 2-1.
You have to say GG, go next. There's nothing you can do, no time to get there. But what I want to point out is Bohm and Collect's stat lines, because they both dropped 36 and 35. But what else did they do? Both of them with over 120 seconds of ball time, 2 minutes of ball time apiece, and still putting up slays like that. And then you're letting Mikwin roam free with that Stalker Rifle. It makes all the difference. I feel like we're seeing such effective teamwork from Native White.
Looks like they got into this faster than I thought. It's going to be game number 4. Carpe Noctum need to win this one right now. Their life is on the line.
So far, Native White have just responded, quickly getting into that hill, and it's the position to collect that's so interesting to me. Staying low, but influencing the spawn, that's important. He's the most important player on the map right now, and it's important because he needs to stay alive and ensure that that spawn influence stays over at C. I don't think he was able to do it long enough. You see Diagram over there and how Native White is going to have to fight through the map to get to this hill.
Great job by Bohm, though, to get that cleanup. He's going to push towards that C-plat side, but as you said, that C-plat already in the hands of Carpe Noctum, which has allowed them to control this bottom hill. Carpe Noctum, they don't want to go to the loser's bracket, so there's got to be something that they do here. Bohm trying to prevent that from happening, but 3 go down for Native White.
Native White put all their eggs in one basket. It was that shock rifle that they wanted to keep control of, but they're just not able to do so, and it's because of the refill ability of having C-plat control. Though they're giving up C for free. Diagram, he's using C as a bait. He's trying to goad them. They're looking for Diagram at the moment, but he's going to come up at the least likely time. This could be the most impressive timing if he's able to find these players without them knowing.
That's insane. They heard him, and he was still able to win the fight versus Collect. Those are the 1v1s that really stick it to your mental of your Collect. Diagram showcasing that he's an amazing player, 6-1, to start a very important game here in game number 4. Can he continue on this momentum streak?
And so far, Native White, they have to deal with getting the spawn, but also isolating angles to this sniper rifle. They found him. They need to work together, push Diagram out, take control of the rifle.
He's still staying alive, and he's putting damage in as well. If he wins this 1v1, we're in trouble. He doesn't collect. That's a big 1v1 by collect, but he still gets the trade. You get all that, you put all that work in, you get the kill, but the trade still comes out. But there it is,
no.
3 down, and Bohm has the camo.
Diagram did such a good job to hold that spawns, but there was no time being built for Carpe Noctum during that time. No one was in the hill. They were too focused on the slays, and suddenly you've given up the most important piece of the equation, and it's gonna be a ninja for Bohm. He's gonna get behind the back. What you looking at a wall for, Biggie? Camouflage found your ass.
There it is, Bohm. Starting to pop off here. Knows the spawns are at A. He's got to get cherished here. Great flick onto the shot. Ends up getting that kill. And now turning around with the game sense to get the spawns. But too many players to deal with there. Tapping buttons. Trying to get the kills. Gets the double, but plays his life as well. And now he goes for the triple. The repulse. Beautiful job there by tapping buttons. 3 down for Carpe Noctum.
The fight's not done yet, though. Collect, there's players at the back of C that you still have to deal with. He has angles from A and B. He gets out of that hill early because he knows that there's a giant indicator on his head when he's at bottom mid, and the numbers just aren't there quite yet to finish that fight.
There's so much damage going in. Collect with another double kill, and that gains them control of bottom center once again. They've got the very first lead in this hill as well. Collect, head on a swivel, looking for a player to challenge, but again, it's Cherished who takes him out.
Native White's so close to this fight and to finishing this job, but it's going to come down to these next couple slays. King J has to hold strong.
Tapping buttons is 10 and 8, and you can see the massive amounts of kills that he's able to get in such crucial situations, but so is Collect. They finally get the first hill. Native White is in the lead.
It's that inefficiency that we saw from Carpe Noctum that comes to bite them. When they had that control, they needed to get more hill time. Native White, they were quick to get their hill time when they had control. When they felt the pressure, they were quick to leave and find slays and get their way back in. Just an efficient job thus far from Native White, and this camouflage has been the biggest difference maker since.
We'll see what Tapping Buttons is able to do with this. Hill moves to C plat. Tapping Buttons playing slow here, utilizing that trigger discipline, waiting for his moment, and I'm glad he doesn't take that. There's so many players to deal with. He's just giving information at this point in time. Multilingual Tapping Buttons, able to speak English and also able to slay out of his mind, but unfortunately ends up going down.
He was waiting for the help, but the help never comes. The players from Native White weren't able to get through the field. I don't know if they're trying to give a little bit too much respect to Carpe Noctum, but at the end of the day, they're gonna have to find this Piggy that's in the back. Take care of this player. Piggy goes for that insta-smoke, trying to make Walshy proud, but unfortunately doesn't get the damage in, and that is going to flip the spawns for now. I thought King J, he's in the back. He's causing chaos.
Yeah, we're gonna need Walshy to start a Metafy to teach some people how to do that insta-splode, because there's lots of fails going on around here at crucial moments, but it's Diagram who's not failing as he gets another kill. 2 down for Native White, and Carpe Noctum have control. They've just got to deal with this player on long haul, make that 2 players, and it's Diagram with the shock rifle trying to get the cleanups, and he does, and now control of C plat as well.
But Collect's on this flank. They need to get together and get this PR. Collect already found the important pick, and now Diagram's in trouble. He goes down, and Native White suddenly can expand. Look at Rochambeau, Mr. Bohm X, all the way at batteries. He's going to be able to see the crosses, get information, and then 2 players from Native White are able to take on the initial pushers. And you're seeing how much of a devastating effect, a chilling effect that this is having on Carpe Noctum. It's stopping their pushes flat.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is a bad time to go down because camo now is up, and we've seen the impact that this camo can cause. I don't see grapple in anyone's hands, so this is going to have to be Tapping Buttons, going for the beautiful timing. He gets pinched, though, unfortunately, ends up going down. That camo's still on the floor. Collect trying to make a play, and he does, but I believe camo was burnt. Maybe not. It's Diagram who has it, and Diagram is going to get taken out.
It's beautiful bait from Native White at the end of the day. They didn't need to get away with the camouflage. They just need to make sure it's dead. They tried to ensure that the players all start pushing forward at the same time, and then they just release the trap. They all pinch in at the same time and get the important kills.
Bohm trying to get important kills here as well as he gets 1 cleanup. assisted by his entire team, but look who's got control of A. 2 down, and it's unfortunate that Diagram is all alone, all by himself, because 2 more go down, and now Native White know the spawns too.
I mean, it's crazy to give up the second hill and not win the rotation for the third. This is the money hill on recharge. It's so hard to break through, and Native White, it feels like they've gotten it for free.
Piggy's trying to make sure that they have to pay just a little bit here as he's putting shots in. Native White full control. Here comes the push from Diagram. He goes down quickly with the teamwork. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Carpe Noctum do have 2 dead, though. The shock rifle in the hands of Cherish. Can he make an impact with this?
These players at batteries are so important because they're not letting Carpe Noctum cross through the Mangler. They're going to have to deal with these players over at Tribute Corner, over at batteries. And you see Cherish, he has to take that roundabout way. But while all that's happening, the score, it's being in the time of Native White.
Yeah, Cherish, though, look at the great movement out of him. He's able to finesse his way around, stay alive with a shock rifle, and allows his teammate to get that kill as well. Beautiful job by Cherish here. And with Camo coming up in 4 seconds, this shock rifle is going to play an impact in this game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can understate how important Cherish was right there. He took care of priorities, ensuring that he flipped out the spawn. They got the important kills, and now Piggy is able to get this camouflage. They have a tough position to break, and Native White has 1 more shot at it.
A beautiful job here by Cherish, continuing to stay alive, continuing to get this hill time, and this will be their first hill, a very important one, as you obviously don't want to go down 0-3. But tapping buttons is going to make his way. Cherish is going to have that timing to stay alive, but he understands where the spawns are coming from, and he's ready for them.
But look at what the factor in this game is going to be. It's in the bottom center of your screen. The game clock is ticking. Only 35 seconds of neutral time that you can give up. And Native White, they're not going to step in that hill. They'll play around. They'll slay around. Carpe Noctum, you have to take initiative.
And that's exactly what they do. They get 1. They're looking for another. Collect is pinched. He ends up trading out 1, but now without his team going down, 3 down for Native White. Rochambeau, the last player alive here on the pipes, but they now know, Carpe Noctum now know where these spawns are coming from.
Beautiful shots from Bone, backing that player down. The thing is, they can take their time. Just keep your BRs together. Isolate your fights. Ensure that you're playing as a unit. You have plenty of time to work with.
Great use of the grapple there, but he ends up going down. 10 seconds remain. Someone's got to get in the hill, and Collect is going to get him out. A beautiful play by Collect. A big kill. It makes the 4 dead, and it also allows for this clock to go to 0. And a beautiful job here by Native White. They will win this series 3-1.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause.